Hi, okay, so this video is going to show how to apply your Tori Belle lashes with the magnetic liner. Okay, so the way that I do it is I take my mascara and I'll do one swipe of my mascara across my lashes. I've waited until after to do it, but I don't like the way that that makes my lashes feel. So I always just take my mascara. I'm not using anything special, I'm just using my little Maybelline one, and I just do a quick pass. You don't have to use mascara if you don't want to. Sometimes it helps my lashes blend just a tiny bit better though with the lashes. Especially if your lashes don't curl on their own, you're gonna wanna do like one swipe of your mascara and then use your eyelash curler to bend your lashes up so that they're gonna blend better. Okay, so once I have my eyelashes with their mascara just a little bit, then I'm going to take my liner, okay? You can tell I don't have very much on it. If you get a clump on that, make sure you wipe it on your hand. I didn't mention that in the first video that I posted a long time ago about doing this liner, but you don't want to put those clumpies back into your bottle because if you do, then they start to dry out and it's hard to get your magnetic liner out of it. So if you get too much on your little wand, just wipe it on your hand. I'm going to take my hand mirror so I can see what I'm doing. I'm going to come in close and I'm going to just keep my eye open and start on the inside and do a very simple one swipe. Okay? Going along my eye. I try and keep my eye open so that the liner doesn't get spread out too much or too thin on one area, or if I hold my eye out like this when I do it, that's how I used to do it and it worked fine, but it could also, when I let my eye go back to the normal shape instead of having it stretched, then sometimes the liner was too thick and I didn't like that. So you're going to want to apply both the sides of your liner, okay, the one time. Okay, good. Here's like a little, so that has a tiny little clump. Can you see that tiny little? So I'm just going to wipe just to get that little clump off on my hand, okay? That way I don't have any clumpies on my eyes. Okay, so I have my one side done there, and I'm gonna do my other side. Very easy. You just do one little pass. I don't like the liner to be too thick, simply because I never wore eyeliner before wearing these, so if it gets too thick, then I feel like it's too heavy on my eyes. So really, really thin line, you can see that. Okay, if you're not great at liquid liner, don't stress out. It's okay, you'll get better each time you do it. But the best way to do it is just to keep it right next to your eyelashes and do a very thin line. And then you're gonna wanna let it sit for about 30 seconds, okay? So you do your first set of liner, let that sit for about 30 seconds. If you're gonna do your full face of makeup, then you can do like your face makeup and stuff. If you don't wear a ton of makeup and you just wanna wear your lashes, that works great too. Brush your teeth in between or whatever, okay? So you're gonna do that first pass. This eye has been sitting long enough, so I'm going to do my second. You want 2 coats of the liner. So then I come in here, make sure I have all my hair out of the way. And again, start on the inside and do a very light pass of the liner. Okay, so you can see that. If it's a little bit bumpy, don't stress, because the great thing about these lashes is that they do have a little bit of a band on them, which is a solid, perfect line of a band. So if your liner is a little bit jaggedy, you don't have that steady of a hand, don't stress out. The band's gonna cover that up and you won't have to worry about that, okay? So your second set of the liner, your second coat, you want that to sit for about a minute, okay? You don't, my lashes seem to stick better when my liner is completely dry. I have heard of other girls letting it sit a little bit tacky on their eye and then connecting the lash. If you do that, if it's not completely dry, sometimes the lashes will pull, when you take your lashes off to like show somebody or whatever, then it can pull the magnetic liner off with that because it was kind of like tacky when you stuck it on. So I like to wait until the liner is completely dry, and then I will adhere my lashes so that I can take them off and show people without it pulling off the actual liner itself. Okay, so now I'm going to do my second coat on this eye. Start on the inside and lightly come across that again. Can you see that? Hopefully I didn't cover it too much with my little mirror. If you look on the inside and that bothers you where it ends, sometimes I'll just take my little liner and I'll just come right in here in the center and just connect that down, that line, so it looks like a little bit more natural and how you would like actual eyeliner. Even though you're not going to really have any part of the lash connecting to that, sometimes it just makes it look a little bit more finished and more crisp. Okay, so now you have your 2 coats of your liner. You're going to want to let it sit for, like I said, about 60 seconds. And that's it. You just kind of wait. Finish up your makeup, do whatever you have to. Today I'm going to wear the ladies' night lashes. Okay, so they come in our little home like this. You can see your anchors up top if you need to use those. Always make sure when you pull your lash out in the morning that if you have any residual liner like on those magnets, then scrape it off with your thumbnail and just make sure that your magnets are nice and clean. On the first time that you use your lashes, I would suggest kind of like bending them and moving them around a little bit just to get them to kind of loosen up, because they have been sitting in the package, and so sometimes women won't be able to get them to sit perfectly on their eye because they're too stiff. So if you feel like it's too stiff, just kind of wiggle them around a little bit. Not harsh, but just getting them to bend. Also, you can trim your lashes. Okay, I shouldn't have done this because really you want to take it from the outside. Okay, don't take it from the inside, take it from that outside, the longest part of the lash. You can cut off that end magnet and that will help it adhere a little bit better. Sometimes our eye shapes are different, and because mine are a little bit bigger, I don't usually have to trim mine, but I have some girls whose eyes are a little bit smaller, so they will have to trim their lashes. So now to apply them, I'm going to take my lash and I'm going to come right in here and I'm going to let it connect. You can see how it grabs on, and then I just fold it across and it sticks. Okay. Sometimes I'll go in and just kind of connect it if I need to, make sure that magnet's laying really nice and flat. And there's your lash. When you hold it up to the magnet, because your lash has the magnet and your eyeliner has the magnet, you're going to feel it kind of pull and it's going to connect, and that's when you know that it's actually connecting to the liner. It's not rocket science. It's really, really easy. So you hold it up here. There it is. I can feel it grabbing on. Okay. You can see it kind of stretch across. And then I lay it there, and then I just kind of press to make sure that it is laying across the whole thing. Okay, there's your ladies' night lashes. Very easy. If you guys are going out and you want to wear the anchors, you can take the little anchors out of your little house and you can connect them on the outside or the inside to hold it in better. I haven't usually had to wear the anchors because the magnets on the actual lashes and connecting to the liner have been enough. But if you're worried about the connection, you're worried about them staying, maybe you're going to be in a lot of wind or something like that, then absolutely you can use the anchors. But yeah, so 2 coats of the liner, let it sit for 30 seconds the first pass, 1 minute the second pass. Connect those babies on the inside going to the outside, and you're good to go. Thanks so much, you guys. If you have any questions, let me know.